Hello everyone, I trust you're doing well today. My name is Chooks. So in this video, I want to talk about 16 very important things you need to do when you relocate from your home country to Canada. So in the first 30 days of your arrival, you need to do these 16 things in the right sequence so that if you follow the steps, it will be very easy for you to settle down and begin a progressive journey in this new country you find yourself. Leaving your home country to a brand new country, to a place you've not been before, especially if you're coming alone or you're coming with your whole family, it's a very daunting task, but since you have taken the decision to relocate and you are on your way to a new country, I believe that watching this video from beginning to end is going to give you a very important knowledge that will guide you to settle faster and start your new life successfully. So without wasting time, let's dive into it. Accommodation. It's very important to know where you're going to live when you come into a new country. So prior to flying into the country, do your research and find out where you're going to live. You can contact your family and friends that are already living in that country. You can also do research on real estate companies that are within that environment that you want to relocate to for different types of houses. So it's also important to be mindful of the environment where you want to stay. A peaceful environment where there are no shenanigans causing trouble, so that you will stay peacefully and plan your life, okay? It could be a temporary apartment where you can stay for a month or two in order to sort out your registration, get your papers before you move to a more permanent place. Ensure you have good accommodation, like a good temporary accommodation, before leaving your home country and coming into a new country to start your life. SIN number, SIN, known as social insurance number. It's a very important number you need to get once you land into a new country. Sometimes you can get it even at the airport in your port of entry. It's very important you get it, because it's a number that you need for several things like paying taxes, opening a bank account, enrolling for your benefits, right? So it's tied to many things in this country, and it's a very sensitive number which you're not supposed to share with anybody except your employer or the bank, right? So first and foremost, once you get into a country, especially if possible at the airports, your port of entry, try and get the social insurance number for yourself and for every other member of your family. Very important. Next thing on my list is SIM card or phone number. It's very important to have a Canadian phone number when you come into a new country. So it's one of the first things you need to do as soon as you arrive in Canada. You can get SIM card in the malls. Many of the malls around your environment where you find yourself sells SIM card. And it's very easy to get, very affordable. So with SIM card, you can open a bank account. You can have a phone number which people can reach you. You can be able to browse the internet, okay, if you have data on your phone, and be able to create a resume with your Canadian SIM card, all right? So there's a lot of things, a lot of possibilities that you have, when you have a Canadian number. So it's very important that you ensure you get it quickly as soon as you find yourself in a new country like Canada. Open a bank account. So it's very important to open a bank account as soon as possible, as quickly as possible when you come into Canada, because your salary will be paid into your bank account, your child benefits will be paid into your bank account, and there are a lot of banks all over the environment where you find yourself. You can find TD Bank, RBC Bank, Scotia Bank. All you need to open a bank account, you need to have your phone number, you need to have your landing papers, your passport, and with that you can easily open up a bank account. So it's very important you try to do it as quickly as possible. Transportation. When you find yourself in a new country, you need to move around. And you're not going to know the bus routes immediately. So most times you may have to use Uber, right? Or if you have money to buy a car, you can go and buy perhaps a fairly used car that you can use to, go to one or two places, but if you're going to use Uber, you need to make sure you have the Uber app, installed on your phone, and configure it with your Canadian number. And you also need to have the Google Map also installed on your phone, so that you can use it for direction to wherever you want to go, right? These are very important things to do. Immigration Support Center. So it's very important for you to visit Immigration Support Center, especially when you have your SIM card, when you have your phone number and your bank account. And so it's important you visit an Immigration Support Center. These are NGOs that help immigrants to settle quickly when they come into a new country. Some key ones are SOPA, Open Door, YMCA, and some other names like that. So you'll be familiar with the names. When you do the research, you can come up with the names and their addresses. So with your Google map, you can locate their address and visit them. They provide services like teaching you how to create a very, very good resume, how to search for job. They will also help you to understand how to avoid scam. And there are some newcomer trainings that they provide that will also help you in understanding the city, knowing where you can get the things, very important things that you may need in the city, and eventually help you to settle down faster. So it's very important. Apply for child benefit. If you have a family, it's a good time for you to apply for child benefit as soon as you have the opportunity when you're in Canada. So the earlier you apply for it, the earlier you begin to get the benefit paid to you. And the Immigration Support Center provides the services. They're going to give you forms they're going to fill, which will enable you get paid. Okay, so when you visit the Immigration Support Center, try to make inquiries. They will give you good information on how you go about registering for your child benefits. So try and do it as quickly as possible. Very important. Provincial health card. Canada provides free public health care, but you need your provincial health card to access it. So you need to visit the provincial health office to get your provincial health card. Sometimes you can get this information from the immigration center. They can give you good information on how you can go about getting your health card, because it's very important to be healthy, get medical care when you come into a new country. So if you have your health card early, you'll be able to access these free healthcare services. As per the things you need to come with your passport, your landing documents, and your proof of address. These are the things you need to be able to get the health card. So try and do it as quickly as possible when you have the time. Provincial ID card. So depending on the province where you find yourself, perhaps it's Alberta or Saskatchewan, get the ID card of that province. So this will help you to identify yourself easily, and you don't need to carry your passport everywhere you go, right? And it's very easy to get. Go with your landing documents, your passports, and your proof of address, okay? So with that, you can get this additional ID card that will help you to easily identify yourself wherever you go. It's very important. Income assistance. So if you are a permanent resident or you're a refugee, you've been qualified for income assistance from the government. So you do your research and go to their website and apply for it. If they find you eligible, they'll start paying you some amount of money every month. So it's an amount that can help you to augment your accommodation bills and other minor expenses, which goes a long way in helping you to settle down faster, okay? And when you eventually get a job, you can inform the government and they will stop paying you, all right? So that from your salary, you can now begin to take care of your expenses, pay your bills, and your other responsibilities. Visit the school board to enroll your children. For those that have children, you have to locate the school board in your province, especially in the town where you are, all right? So you visit the school board with your children. Make sure you go there with your children's passports, your proof of address. If they have any record of vaccination or any medical records that's important, you can come along with it when you're visiting the school board. So they are going to tell you the school your children will attend, and they will enroll them so that they can start school as quickly as possible. So it's very important to do this. Get a family doctor. So depending on the environment where you find yourself in Canada, it's important to do your research to find out the closest hospitals around you and visit them to discuss with the doctor if they'll be willing to be your family doctor, okay? So once they accept you, they will enroll you into their system, and that doctor will be your family doctor and your primary point of contact for anything medical. So if you need prescription drugs for yourself or any member of your family or whatever medical case you have, you will need to visit the doctor so that he can prescribe for you and guide you accordingly. So it's very important to do it as soon as possible because the doctors are very busy. Their schedules are always full. So the earlier you begin to look for family doctor, the earlier you get one. So I advise you to take it seriously and get one as quickly as possible once you find yourself in Canada. learn the bus routes. Okay, so if you are in major cities where you can always find a means of transport to any point that you want to go to, it's important you learn the bus route, learn when the bus comes and when it gets to the destination where you want to go. You can get the bus route app on your phone, so you can plan your trips accordingly. And if you are in a smaller town where the bus system is still evolving, you may consider getting a used car, or if you have money to buy a brand new car, or depending on your pocket, you can get your own private vehicle, right? And know that insurance is very mandatory, so you have to pay insurance every month. So it's very important. And if you're getting a private car, you should also understand how to get to your location using the Google map. So these are very important things you need to do. Book your driving test. So if you are a new immigrant and you have been driving in your home country and you have an original driving license, so once you come into Canada, you'll be allowed to drive for 3 months with your home country driving license. So after 3 months, it will expire. You will not be allowed to use it anymore in Canada. So it's good for you to begin to plan and register early for a driving test, okay? So it's very important for you to begin to plan early to register for this driving training and driving test. So once you are able to pass this test, you'll get the driving license and then you'll be free to drive. So it's important you register early, all right? Before you know it, the 3 months is gone and you now begin to struggle. So register early so that you can have the time to do your driving practice and attend the driving test and pass it. So once you pass it, you get your driving license and you are free to drive as much as you want. And also know that most jobs require you to have driver's license, to be able to do that job. So it's important to do all these things and get your driving license early. So next thing on my list is begin to apply for jobs. So update your LinkedIn profile, Indeed and Glassdoor profile, create a Canadian style resume and upload them to these platforms, okay? Apply for jobs daily. Sometimes sending up to 10 to 20 applications per day is normal for new immigrants, okay? And then do your research and prepare for interviews, okay? Use the STAR methodology to answer questions in your interview, and then get yourself ready for your new job and get ready for interview, okay? And once you are called for interview, do your best and pass it. Then you get a job and start making money, all right? So it's very important to do this. The last thing on my list is build your network. So it's very important to build a network of friends, a network of colleagues that will help you to settle down in Canada. So sometimes you can even get information about hidden jobs through your network, okay? A friend can tell you, oh, they just advertised for this position in my company yesterday. You can apply for it if you have the qualification, all right? So those kind of information helps you to get more opportunities, all right? So if you're isolated, you'll not be in a position to get this information, all right? But because of your network, you'll be getting very good information that will help you to, settle down faster in Canada and live a more successful life. So build a network and maintain it is very important. So overall, settling down in Canada can be daunting and takes time, but with this video, you can start strong and avoid lots of stress. So if you find this video helpful, please like, comment, and follow for more interesting videos like this. And until we see again in my next episode, God bless you and bye for now.